Shake here with what ended up being my third Mark of Excellence game here in the Tiger P. I am actually mid-tier on the Cliff map. I actually quite like this map, and it even does suit the Tiger P, as there are a number of different ways you can play it on this map. You can actually go middle. Since there's 3 artillery, I won't be doing that. I'm actually going to contest the heavy area. And I will go ahead and note, I do have an audio bug in the replay. This is not on my end. This is on the actual replay. I did try to re-record it a couple times. And as you can hear, there's no engine sounds. That's, again, not on my end. That's on Wargaming's end, with the replays sometimes being kind of buggy. But I'm going to work my way up here. As you see, I get spotted, and here comes the artillery immediately. Was able to snag the Type 64, but as expected, artillery. I do tend to get focused by artillery, and if there's 3, guaranteed at least 1 or 2 of them will spend their game trying to shoot me. But can't let that affect myself. I just have to be well aware of it. And I am looking at my team's deployment right now, and I'm hoping that the Lurver goes with me to the east. It looks like he is, but I really need at least a little bit of help. There's a couple of vehicles that I respect quite a bit on the enemy team. One of them being that T-28 prototype, who was spotted headed eastward. I don't really want to be actually having to slug it out with him. If I have to, I will be shooting premium, which of course does in the end come to pass, as I'm kind of foreshadowing here. The fact is that the Tiger P is a pretty capable heavy, despite what some people, actually many people, say that it's a subpar. But the T-28 prototype is literally built to counter it. The 88 on the Tiger, or the Tiger P, or basically any other German vehicle running the 88 L71, has 203 millimeters of pen with its standard armor piercing ammunition. Now the T-28 prototype's effective armor on the hull is higher than that, and on a big chunk of the turret is also higher than that. You have a couple of spots right beside the gun mainland on the T-28 prototype's turret cheeks that you can shoot through, but they're small, and if he wiggles his turret a little bit, he can basically give you angles that you're not going to penetrate. And that's not even taking into account the VZ-44 that's ahead of me, which is a pretty good fight against the Tiger P. And I don't know what my Lurver teammate's doing. He can work the terrain better than I can here, because he has a strong turret and good gun depression. But instead, he's going to charge forward. So now I'm going to do my best to try to support him, but I'm not going to overcommit myself as well, because also there's a Progetto 46. And by now, most people are aware of the capability of that thing. Its auto reloader basically is the best of both a single shot tank and a autoloader. So I basically have to try to outplay him, because he has the opportunity to spam shots in a row like an autoloader, but if he's patient, he can keep reloading his first shot. So trying to keep the Lurver alive by protecting him and keeping the attention of these enemies while he took out, with the help of the Skoda, the VZ. But now he's going to be coming under fire quite a bit. Big lesson in not overextending. See, right here it looks like I'm being timid, which, I mean, I am, but there's why. Multiple artillery. The Lurver exposed himself. Yes, he got a kill. He did help take out the VZ, and he did a bit of damage, but now he's out of the game. That was one of our tier 8s, and in my opinion, probably one of the most capable of all of our tier 8s. And now he's out of the game. And he's talking about not countering the artillery. But now I'm going to continuously be spotted. This Cromwell is doing just enough to keep me locked in here. And I don't dare make a break for it, because already I know that there was going to be a couple guns aiming at me. And the Skoda also made the mistake of overextending. And here, when I started this game, I was within 1% of my mark of excellence. So basically, I can't have a bad game. I have to play well, and I'll get my third mark. Right now, this is a bad game. I only have a combined roughly 1,000 damage. And in my 10 games leading up to this, in my 8, 9, 10 games, I was dealing around about 2,500 to 3,000 combined damage and spotting. But right now, this would actually drop me a couple of points on my mark of excellence. So I've got to stay alive, and really, I've got to help the team win. Because if I get taken out, I don't know what my M12 is doing here, but if I die, they're going to be able to push around all the way. And the one tank I really didn't want to face is right in front of me. So, Premium goes in. He went for the M12 for some reason first. And I'm missing my shots. And right now this is not looking good. That's a vehicle I respect quite a bit. If I was in that T-28 prototype facing a Tiger P, the Tiger P is going to die. And I know that. That's why I am being so cautious and timid here. Because that T-28 prototype is more than capable of going 1-to-1 with me and easily winning. He doesn't even need to fire Premium at it anywhere. Only place that my tank can actually absorb a shot would be the gun mantlet. And I luckily nailed the track. I'm trying to back up. I have no idea why the prototype went for the T-78. I really truly don't. I'm the more dangerous target that is harder to take out for other people, but he went straight for the T-78. Now their Hellcat opted to shoot me over the T-78, and that was actually smart of him. I am the more dangerous target. Not the player-wise, but the tank-wise. A Tiger P has more staying power than a T-78. And the T-78's overextended, and artillery can deal with him. And I'm trying to tell him to fall back. Because right now we need every tank to stay alive. But our T-78 and T-25/2 are both making the mistake of charging forward. But now let's focus more on the Tiger P. On the way to this game here, I have actually been having very, very, very good games. And right now, again, I've only got in another couple of shots. This is not a good game by the standards of what I've been doing. But the Tiger P actually has been very capable up to this point. And I believe when this battle started, I was at about 94.2%. And that was, over my last 10 games, I was averaging just under 3,000 combined. Which right here, I'm trying, even in a heavy, you can work vision. I need to be able to spot the TNH, but not get spotted. And I actually managed to do that. Now this is one situation where the long reload is a little bit of a pain. Like if I hadn't connected with that shot, he would have got away. A Tiger 1, which is actually the Tiger H, would have been able to spit out the damage faster there. But the Tiger P is still a solid damage dealer with a better capability to hold due to that extra frontal armor. And it's still also not too slow. I mean, I am cruising around at about 30. Level ground, but still good enough to move. This isn't, say, a Black Prince. The Black Prince itself is just too slow for any of this to happen. Another tier 7 heavy with good armor. But the Tiger P is far more flexible. I'll actually do a Tiger P review, and I'll do one of my third mark tank reviews. But overall, I mean, this game puts on a little bit of what it can do, what the gun can do, because the 88 is, I think, very highly underrated. It is a very capable gun at basically any tier at tier 8 or under. And I'm also spotting. Got the Super Hellcat here. Hit his track. Retracked him. Now that my team took him out, I need to get rid of this M44, whom I don't know if he realized he was spotted and kept going behind the building, or if that's just by luck. But he actually did get into cover, and I can't deal with him. However, this Hellcat is gone. And now I can get rid of the M44. Which I just don't think he had very much map awareness. Either that or he just flat out didn't care that I was here. But now we only have 3 enemies to deal with. We were actually down by over 1,000 hit points and a tank. And it was looking like a pretty bad situation, to be honest, because multiple teammates overextending, getting out of position is how you can see a landslide start to go in the wrong direction. And the snowball effect is that when you start to lose tanks that are out of position, compounded by other people out of position, you can see a game swing, five tanks one way or the other, so that a tight game all of a sudden becomes a blowout. And now, based on the common positions the last known locations, I know there's probably somebody up there. So I'm just spamming shots. Unknown to me at the time, the Poodle has dropped down. But at the time, I'm thinking that all 3 are probably still up here. And the STRV actually makes a move to spot the Scorpion G, which this is by far the most dangerous vehicle left on both teams. The Scorpion G has the firepower and the flexibility to possibly change this game, but not when he's taking fire from artillery and myself over here. And yes, I know I was spotted, and yes, I know I was under fire, but taking the Scorpion out was by far more important than maybe eating a shot or 2 from the Poodle, who is now the last one left. And now that 1,000 damage game has turned into a over 4,000 combined, which is exactly what I needed to get my 3rd mark. I was at about 94 or 94.2 if I remember right. But of course, it's very nice to end a 3rd mark journey with a win in a great game where you ace the tank. I've 3 marked tanks in a loss, and that's always a bummer. But hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.